Hello, welcome to the next episode of the French Defense Exchange Version Research Project. So let's do this, let's say, 93 version again. Okay, so we're talking about E46, D45, takes in D5, and 93. And we've been doing this we did Friday, we'll do today, and maybe other days. So let's see where we're left off in the notes. Let's see. Overlooked. There's somewhere I said to continue on from here. Okay. Now Eugene overlook this. This is like a how do we look for search for things that is like annotated? Continue from here. I have to find it. Hold on, patience, guys. You have to wait for me. So. All right. So let's see here. Where are we left off? So patience. I'm trying to figure out where to go here. Okay, this is the one I remembered that recalling, and that was a bad thing, especially before. Remember this one too is a bad thing. Region overlooked. Play better. Play better. Size advantage. Use a play. Okay. Okay, so then let's look at the database, chess base, and see what lines we have not talked about. We need to talk about. You know what? Let's see. Let me think this one through. Talked about this one. Okay, just looking at all the lines as not covered. Okay, this is covered. Okay, it's covered. All right, this is also covered. So maybe we'll just go on to a new topic today, not 93, but I'll show you what I'm going to try to do newly with you guys. All right, so let's close this one board that we have open for the 93 line, and actually we'll open up a new area. We talk about bishop f4. We have not talked about bishop before, and this is a line that we need to talk about eventually. So share screen, window, this one. Okay, we'll do the bishop before move right now. So, all right, hide e4, e6, d4, d5, taking d5, taking d5, and then bishop f4. This one is, we're going to talk about that today. So view will be normal standard layout. Okay. So I also just put this Lila engine on. So we get boosters, Lila 0. So, all right. But if any time you guys want to support me in the community for Metal Legal Chess, make sure you like the video and comment if you have any, let's say, input. And this is a whole year project, a research project. So the research portion is really dull, but at the end of the day, this will be a free download for anybody that wants to play the French defense and not worry about the exchange French as black and actually have a good game. All right. Database says knight c6 is good. Bishop d6 is most popular. and 42% is the same thing as knight f6. But knight c6 is basically, what I do usually. So knight c6, I'm looking toward knight c6, but what Leela says, Leela says bishop g6, knight f6 is basically in order with the database. Let's give Leela some time. Let's give Leela some time and grace to think about things. And yeah. And if you guys want to join me in the show and you want to get your own inputs, ask me about questions chess related, you can click this link here and join the show. It'll be nice to have somebody with me and not having to be myself. So let's see. So give you. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. Making a note. Okay. But yeah, this is vitally important that we don't, let's say, rush research. That'll be a bad, let's say, watered down, diluted research if we don't take the time to do everything you need to do. And we need to do due diligence and thorough, let's say, research. So research is paramount. It's necessary. Okay, now tantamount, not pantamount, tantamount. Tantamount, what I'm talking about. So tantamount. So basically, what I'm thinking here, 0.07 is not going to be that deadly, but people have a good result, and I usually like to play knight c6 things. So knight c6 happens, and the most common thing to do is knight f3, but they also have c3 and knight c3, c3, knight c3. Knight c3 is a line that I tried against a GM and Bliss, and I was winning, so I played knight c3 myself. Okay. All right, so knight c3, bishop f3. So let's do the most popular knight f3. Let's give Leela some time to figure out where is the way to coordinate and win the game. So let's give it time. All right, so let's see what Leela says to go. So giving it enough time, Leela likes to go knight f6. Knight f6. Knight f6 goes to do this one at 49%. But yet, bishop b4 has the best, best results of 36%. But now it's not even in the top four. Interesting. The most potent move according to the database is not even the top four moves of Leela. So let's take into consideration Leela's preferences. So f6, bishop b6, basically the same thing. So let's do, for our sake, and governing e5 more, bishop b6 is actually good to my eyes. So take a d6 is by far the most things. Some people do bishop d3, and some people do queen d2. I did queen d2 against this GM. Alright. Alright. Now we think. Okay. Let's okay. French exchange. This one for e4, d4 takes d5, bishop f4. So let's look at that line today. Bishop f4 lines. So with this queen e2 line, let's give some time for Leela. It's liking bishop b4. This is a thing I'd like to do as well. So let's give it some more time. Just don't rush the research. So give it some time. All right, so let's see. Leela likes bishop g4. Giving it a minute. So bishop b4 is what Leela prefers by far. So let's do bishop b4. See what happens. And only thing they do is bishop takes c6 and knight c3. So I think that this one and knight c3 are both intertwined as possible moves. So the variation. So let's see. What if they go knight e5? Question mark. What if they do knight e5? It's a bad move, but tell me why it's bad. Queen e7. Queen e7 to pin the knight to the king. Okay. H3. Take the bishop. Now takes e5 is a proper way to do it. 65, bishop c5. Okay. Bishop b5 check. F5 check, c6, castles, takes an f4, takes an f4, really? Queen takes there, okay, bishop b6, or, yeah, bishop b6. And black, black is up a pawn, so let's just say this, hold on a sec, black is up a pawn and clearly better. Okay, save it. Let's just go back to this. Okay, let's play this one for now. What is this one for now? Right. So not knight e5. Other ones are. This takes d6. Let's see. It takes d6. So queen takes d6 is the most natural thing to do. So inline database again. Taking d6. So the queen makes sense to me. Then queen e3 is one game's move. And also knight c3 is a move. Variation. There's also bishop e2 is a move to defend against this bishop. So let's do bishop e2 first. So a lot of the lines we're talking about, we're looking at all the lines. This variation. So f6, let's get some time. Let's get some time for Leela to think what's the best course of action. So we don't rush these things. But if you guys have any value from watching this one, make sure you like the video. And it helps me in my just medieval chess community very much. I appreciate it. All right, let's go to let's do it for okay, knight f6 is probably a little bit down short bishop, so bishop f6 makes sense. All right, now with this one, knight c3 is knight c3 is a thing, castles is a thing, so let's do both. Let's do castles first. Castle kingside. So, this is castle queenside. That's fun. Castle queenside is fun. Therefore, I like this. All right, go c3 and rook d1. So it's c3, c3. This is c3, and then rook e1 is another move. So let's do rook e1. Okay, knight e4. Knight e4. Okay, knight e4 looks like the thing that Lula likes. Let's look at it. Knight e4, queen e3. Okay, queen e3. Jason f3, f5. Let's give Lula some time to digest the moves. With a lot of moves in session. So let's get it. Hello, David Carr. How are you doing? How's your Sunday? I'm doing the French exchange research project. So yeah, is this older David or younger David? I'm thinking it's older David, David Carr Sr. But hopefully you're doing well. So I'm doing 2 hours of this Bishop F4 version of the French exchange. I'm just covering it as best I can. So for context, if you haven't caught the beginning side of this, it's basically what I used to. Basically, I was winning against a GM in Blitz. I played this bishop bishop f4 move, and I blundered in time pressure, but I was winning against him. The opening was he's totally crushed. But so this one we talked about knight f3, bishop b6, and now we're talking about, in this case, queen e2, bishop b4, takes d6, queen d6, and knight c3, bishop b2 first, bishop b2, f6. Castles queenside, c3. Let's do the rook e1, knight e4, queen e3. And this is a debate between 6 and f3 and f5. Let's have a Leela, the supercomputer for neural networks. Think about it. Junior here. Hi, nice to see you, David Carr Jr. Yeah. So This is, as it says, 1 year long French Defense Exchange variation research project. So that way, at the end of the day, I'll be the #1 chess French Defense Exchange variation, let's say, voice in the whole world. Nobody has ever taken account of a variation in 1 year, and I'm the one, first one to do it. And if Dylan Loren had my repertoire back in the day of the World Championship with Gukesh, he could have won against him twice in this exchange version where Gukesh played the exchange version. But, oh well, he didn't have this. But people that are GM learning people, they can use this one to, let's say, trans people that plays the exchange version. So we're talking about the specific 4 version today, and 2 hours. 2 hours look at it, and it's probably not going to be done everything today, but maybe next week will be another continuation of it. So let's go to looking at the little lines. Leela says to go takes an f3. So prefers taking f3. Bishop takes f3 or the queen takes f3. So bishop takes f3 is the only move that. Let's see why this one is wrong, because knight d4. Yeah, knight d4. That's why we don't do this one. There's forced. I'll just say forced. So just bishop is forced. Now we go. Leela says bishop f5 on pawn f5 or queen b4. So basically this one or bishop f5. Let's let Leela think about it too a little bit. So yeah, congratulations, David Carr Jr. of getting 3 out of 3 in the entire tournament. So who do you play, David Carr? Who do you play on the Saturday tournament? I know that you played Matthew Baker in one game, but were the 3 people that you defeat yesterday? I think that Marco was one, right? Marco was one. Marco, Matthew Baker. Yeah. Marco, Matthew Baker, and who else? But 3-0 is not a joke. It's tough. But yeah, but Shelby was teasing and saying that he was joking about that you're gonna play the little girl that was 1900, and you had a face. And he loved that fact. But he likes to just likes to tease you sometimes. But who else did he play besides Matthew Baker and um, Marco? Matthew Bellinger? Okay. So Matthews and Matthews, everything with the M, basically. Yeah, yeah, definitely. But yeah, but that's good on you. So defeating Marco, I never defeated Marco in a road game. I only played 2 times. One at Saturday tournament, I lost a whole Mar piece, but I got to end game where he had to play the bishop knight checkmate. He didn't know how to, so it offered me a draw. And the second time was at Arkport this past fall, and I was winning against him, and I got into time pressure, and I let him go, and he beat me. So, but he's tough. He's a tough guy. But good on you for actually beating him. So I never did that. But yeah, big split of first place round 3. You, Jacob Snell, and also Hugo. Yeah. But you were one among the people that put for scores throughout 3, so it's good. It's good to see that. All right. Let's see what Lila says. Lila says here to go f5. So f5 was the preferred move, and let's see if there makes sense. So let's see c3, c3, and also knight c3 is another move. Equally is advised. C3, knight c3, and d2. This knight c3 is more to the rhythm of things. Knight c3 is another move. Let's do knight c3. Oh, g5, fun move. G5 looks fun. G5, rook d1. Okay, makes sense. Rook d1. Good development here. G4, bishop e4. Okay, it says goes to bishop takes e4 as a preferred move. Okay, bishop takes e4. But if let's say we're going to go bishop e2 and saying that I want not trade the bishop, there's another line. So a lot of sub variations. Queen b8. It's a natural thing to go king b8 sometimes. So let's do king b8. F3. Was F3 here? Not even a move. F3 is not even a move. Knight c4. Oh wow. Knight c4 is a blunder, for obvious reasons. So knight e4. Knight e4. Oh, did go c5? What's the point of that one? Oh, a3 to try to do before. A3 makes some sense. Rook h8. Rook h8. Let's give some time for Leela. Don't rush the research. So let's give Leela some time. There's a lot of good moves. Let's see what Leela says to go. All right. Let us do and think about it. Marco, before the game, he said he was beating the whole family tonight. He was beating the whole family, and he wasn't. Oh, okay, but he wasn't. Okay, that showed him in that sense. Showed him really good. Try to attack the Carr family. He regretted it because he did not complete the mission. Yeah. All right. Yeah. But that you put a stop to Marco's reign of terror, so that's good. And you got 3-0, which is always nice to do that. All right. Now let's see what Leela says. Leela says to go, oh, h5, fun. h5's fun. So h3, f3, gf3, bishop f3, and then we go, okay, give Leela some time. It says h4, h6. Let's give some time. Slow down, Leela. We want to win the game. Make the best move. we can do. So there's a lot of moves that's like equalish. Sound like a challenge? Yeah, definitely. It's challenging the whole family. Right? Basically, if you didn't win against Marco, your family has a, or just is the family name is disgraced. I'll say. So, don't do that. You have to do it with the family's honor. You could take it down for Marco for the Carr family name. So, but you did it. You did it. You kept the honor for the family, the Carr family name. So that's good. So let's go back to Lila. Lila says to go h4. Okay, h4. It's probably going h3, something like that. Queen 3. Queen 3 is looking at the most, let's say, appealing move. But e3. Let's see queen 3 because Lila likes the best. Rook hg8. Okay, let's give some time. Again, Lila's flop stuff, you just rush it. So don't rush it. Research purposes never rushed to make the best outcomes in the best repertoire for the people playing this exchange version. So we're not stopping here. It's like if it knows this clearly better, let's go to the point where we just say, okay, this is the map, the game plan where those pieces go here, and we just finish them here. And just recopy that where the let's say deviation lines and just do the same blueprint, and you win the game. So this is important that we do this thorough check, that we don't be lazy and just saying, oh, we're clearly better here. Let's like, then what? Just then what we do, and we'll show you. This research will show you what to do. So back to Leela. Leela likes rook h8. I don't know why. Rook h8 doesn't pin the the pawn, but why not rook d8 g8? But let's Leela's thoroughness. Oh, taking e4. Really, I think that rook f1 is more human. I'd play that than taking e4. Taking e4 is despicable. H3 makes sense. H3. Taking e4, g3, g3 f4. Oh, g3 f4. Oh, okay. This is where, wow, taking e4 and this queen sack. Taking, yeah. This is definitely so. Black is clearly pointing. Yeah, so that's why technically 4 is not a move. 1964 is not a move either. It says only like -2, but once you do that, it take the queen. It's like, oh, okay, this is probably taking the queen back on d6. It's probably more thorough, but then taking e4 with the queen, yeah. Then taking g3. That's the thing, yeah. Oh, okay, taking g3 is preferred move. But why not take on g3? It's like, oh, this is a swagger move. Rook d8, rook to e8, queen h4, defend the pawn. Now we just do this anyway. So it's basically developing the rook, and then we take the rook, the pawn on g4, g3. So king h1 to get out of the discovered checks. So this is a5. So black is decisively better. Right. So this is the point. We have this black, and just blocking this one push is a point of a5. All right, let's go back. Let's go back. So there's no like branches. All right, c3 here, and then g5 still. G5 still because he's kept. Takes an e4, 92, or 92, g4. Takes an e4. Okay, takes an e4. Okay, we'll see what Leela says. Give it time. Leela thinks. I should have also looked at the other line. That was bishop takes e4, not bishop e2. So I'll do that after we have Leela. All right, let's do back to Lila. Lila says this case to take the D pawn, not the F pawn. So the queen has to go somewhere. Let's say maybe queen b5. Queen b5 is looking thorough. Now we go queen f6. Queen f6, really? Let's again, just like give him some time. Give some time to Lila. So make sure we don't rush research. Alrighty. 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 Let's do it. Alrighty. Now let's go back to Lila. Lila says to go queen g6. So queen g6 is alignment of the king and the queen. This makes sense. So alignment. So yeah. I like to talk about the alignment all the time. Rook d1 makes sense. Rook d. Okay, let's get some time. Again, there's a couple of close contenders. So we'll see what Lila prefers of the two, a6 or rook h8. All right, let's do the Lila says to go rook e8. Rook e8. All right, this seems more supported. E4. C4 makes sense. Like C4. All right, F4 is a move. Basically, no debate except for King B8. So let's get some time. It's between 0.04 difference. So let's give some time. Some time for Leela's to calculate the best option. And we'll do the best option according to Leela. Alrighty, so let's see what Leela says. Leela says to go f4. Alright, f4 makes sense. Makes some sense to me. So white does knight e5 things, or what? D5 things can be three things. Well, why couldn't be three is the question. D5 is more aggressive looking. Queen a4 is also misreading me, so D5. Queen h5 to, let's say, pin the knight, or the pin a pawn to the queen. So a4, so it makes sense. It's ready to take the knight. a6, e3. Wow, e3. This has some time. So e3. Oh, so e3 is breaking out. e3, take this one. This one, we take an f2 check. This is devastatingly good. So taking up there. G3 check. Takes in G3. And rook D2 check. Whoa. Oh, this is a bad line. So this is a bad line. So on G3 check, this one. How does it flip the script? G3 check and says mate in 10 for black. But then with G3 in, then we says white is winning. What? So taking G3. So why is Leela the only move? This doesn't make no sense. It's black's move. Taking G3 is mate in 9. And then the top move is actually saying rook G2 check. So taking G3 is mate in 9 for black. Taking G3. 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 What is this? The top moves are not the best moves. So rook G8 check. King f2. H4. Black has a forced mate. Alright, so some of everything. Alright, let's go back. So technically 4 is the thing that we didn't talk about, but I'll do that now. So let's have Leela says technically 4 with the F pawn this time. This variation. So technically 4 with the F pawn. Queen d3 trying to trade off queens. Makes sense. So the queen will not be taken trade. So queen d7 makes sense to me. Knight e2 makes sense to me too. Now let's give Leela some breather time to think about things before we make a next move. This is another another spammer. Okay. Got rid of that one. Alrighty. Okay. All right, now let's go to. All right, so it's rook h f8. So it's a preferred move to do, according to Leela. Rook h f8. And now a3 to b4 things. Okay, a3 just a steam. Rook d8. Rook d8. All right. Now c4. Okay, c4. Taking c4. Okay. It's queen e3. E3, queen c3. I think queen c3 is more prudent. So let's have some time for Leela. Again, it's debating between two moves. Knight e7, queen f7. And let's give some time for Leela to think about things. Okay, let's see. The Leela says knight e7, preferred way to do things. Why not queen takes c4? That's the thing. That's the thing that's perking up my interest. Why not queen takes c4? Okay, knight d5 or e3. Let's give it some time. Okay. Okay. Let's see what Leela says. Leela says to go knight d5. All right, d5 has been played. And white goes. All right. So black is slightly better, but let's see, prove it. Rook c1. C1, okay. E3. E3, okay. Actually, C3. What? Which is C3 here. Knight to C3. Okay. Queen C5, attacking the A7 pawn. And save the knight, that queen. So we'll go 7. Okay. F7. Beginning H1. What's problem with this one? Queen F2. This one. Queen G2 mate. Yes, this is the thing. So this one, not this one. We can finish one first. So let's do remote version. B6, attack the queen. Queen C6. King B8. Makes sense to me. Knight G3. Rook E6, attacking the queen. Queen B5. Okay. Rook F8, doubling up. Okay. A4. Okay. Queen F6. Really? Why Queen F6? Why? Queen F6. Okay. The point is, if they go, let's say if they go D5, then we go where? Knight to D5. Oh, this is the thing. It's trying to do a backbreak checkmate. Rook F1. Queen D8. Okay, Queen D8. Defend the knight this way. Knight 5. Knight E3. Knight to C3. Rook to C3, right? B4. Queen D2. Okay. C6. Taking the sim pawn. Rook 3. E7. Really? Okay. Rook C4. Defend the B pawn. Queen 3 to fork the rooks. This one. Oh, this is like, you gotta do this one because of checkmate things. Okay, H5. A5. Trying to do A6 and mate. Queen E7. Because we have a pawn extra. So Queen E6. E1. Rook C1. C1. Rook C1. Queen E6. Trying to trade the queens again. It's Queen D2. Avoid the queen trades. Queen E3. Queen D1. Queen E2. King and G1. Queen D1. This one. E4. A6. King C8. Black has an easily winning endgame. Okay. All right, very good. So let's go back. All right. Let's see. All right, so this one. All right, this is just be clarifying things, right? B2. Yeah, we talked about this one, so that's good. So let's go back. C3. This one. All right, all these things have been covered, so that's good. So let's go back here. Nice C3. Let's do nice C3 here. So talk about this one. So let's have Leela think about it for a while. I think that queenside castles is fun. So let's do queenside castles myself. All right. So for fun's sake, queenside castles. I'll say the castles queenside themselves. Also, knight G5 is a thing as well. Let's do knight G5 first, and then we do fun queenside castles. Here's E2. Knight E2. Okay, knight E2. Knight E2. All right, let's have Leila think about these things. We had a lot of moves played in, so Okay, let's go to Leela. Leela says to go. Leela says to go. Queen 7, knight 4. There's probably like a online things here. No, there's actually nothing here. That's the thing. Nothing here. It's like this is an important critical position, so we don't want to have lazy time. So let's have Leela things. It says that looks queen 7, but why move the queen again? Or there's other moves. This gives more time for Leela because it's vitally, tantamountly important that we don't rush this one. So knight e4, queen e7, and if you're watching this in the chat or listen to the replay, what do you think they would play? Queen e7 or knight e4 to try to play for the win as black? Black is better, but how much better can we be to shush out the most advantage for black? All right. So knight e4 or queen e7. It's preferring queen e7, but I don't like that one. I like knight e4, but it's trading off the knight, so that's probably a downside. So queen e7, then they go castles, king side or queen side. Let's do this queen e7 move and see where it leads us. Queen e7, they do castles, right? Castle, queen side, or king side. Let's have Leela take a moment to think about it. So castles, king side or queen side. So let's do both. Let's do both research-wise. So new line. This is a less trying line. This is not so good. H6. H6 knight f3. Makes sense to me from doing that perspective. Rook at g8. All right, so couple moves. Let's give it some time. Leela have to calculate the best moves. This is for similarly, let's say preferred lines, and we'll find out the best one of the bunch. So let's give it some time. So you see the lines, guys, and it's calculating. You see the shift of the top move is always shifting. So let's give some time for Leela to settle down which is the best going best path going forward, and we'll do that one. Super. Oh, David Carr, thank you for the super sticker. Thank you so much. Actually David Carr. I can tell you that you are the first ever person on my channel in my 4 years of YouTube ever did a super sticker. Thank you so much, David Carr. Oh boy, thank you so much, David Carr. You know what this means? This means that you give me $2. So thank you so much for the super sticker, David Carr. You're awesome. You're the first ever person to do super sticker on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much. I appreciate you so much doing that. Being the first one. Anytime. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But how's your Sunday going, David Carr? Past the Saturday tournament. Is there Sunday going well? Is there anything fun you're doing today, or just chilling out and watching me? But hopefully do well this Sunday. But it's also nice to see you playing Saturday tournaments all 3 rounds. That's also nice. And you deserve it. You got the 3 wins. So you did them more. You win it every time. Well, try to do that. So you're on the way. You're on the road. So yeah. So good. How about you? It's good. Well, Sundays is fickle because one thing is I'm doing this 2-hour research project. Do you know what Roblox is? Roblox, let's say you can create games for that. My nephews love Roblox, and one of them says you gotta create a game on Roblox, Matt. And say, okay, I got a challenge. I took the challenge, and I'm creating in the process creating a Roblox game. And today I'm gonna be playtesting it. So I got the skeletal features, but now I'm going to play test it and see if there's any bugs and see if everything's thorough. So do you know about Roblox, David Carr? You probably heard of it, but do you really know about it? But my nephews love that. They love Roblox. One of them, my middle nephew, plays it every day, for every single day. He's the one that says, you got to be creating a Roblox game. And I said, okay, I take the challenge, and this is an intellectual Roblox game. It's not like guns and violence. No, it's going to be an intellectual one that you have to use your brain. Like chess, but not really exactly chess, but something else. I play sometimes. Oh, you play sometimes Roblox. Okay. So, in a sense, if you think about it, David Carr, once my game goes out in beta, I'd really appreciate it if you try to play test, join the beta, and try to break the game. And report to me if there's any bugs you've noticed, because my nephew and other friends, and maybe you can play this game and see if you can try to break it and have a bug. And if you do that, it helps me to make the game not buggy and it's a full release, then that'll be perfect. That's what you do in game design. You had to just test the bugs, get the bugs out, and have the game be a game, not just rushed. Thank you. Well, anybody that is your chess player, and you can have the mindset of trying things out and thinking about what is really right and not really right. So you got a good brain, David. So you can try things out in a more competent chess player's perspective. So, but because I'm creating it, I'll not see everything. So, but you seeing it, that's actually helpful. So you can have a different perspective. That's, for example, when I'm trying to help. I'm helping Shelby's website to make it better. So me and Michael Yanni, Shelby told me to look at the website and see if there's any problems with it, and I gave him feedback. Michael Yanni gave him other feedback, and every perspective is counting and helping Shelby with his website to sell products and have a website be actually a good one. So Rook HE8, it makes sense to me to get that E file. All right, so let's see, Rook HE1 maybe. So, yep, I guess it Rook HE1, but makes Queen E7 maybe. Oh, G5? G5 now? Oh, I didn't anticipate that. Knight E4 was okay. It's debating between the two, Knight E4, G5. Let's just give it some time. Let's leave us some time. Knight E4 is my go-to to do. So, yeah, Knight E4 is my go-to move. Let's get Leela some time to think. So the clock says that I've been streaming for an hour and 13 minutes. So in a sense, that is 45 minutes, around 45 minutes until the stream ends this episode. And I'll be doing this again next Sunday. But this Thursday, as I told you, Dad, David Carr, I'll be doing simul with Q&A with Nemanja and Josef. So he'll be playing. Last time I asked him, like, who do you want to play, Josef or Nemanja? He said, okay, I don't care. And I give him Nemanja. So maybe I could switch it up. So maybe this time he'll play Josef and see how that goes. Just to have a change of pace. And he played Nemanja, and he said in the game that he played against Nemanja, Nemanja played a line that he never saw before. So, but Josef will give another interesting take about how to play against his opening preparation. So let's say overall more well-rounded approach to things. So yeah, let's do this one. Salila says to go 94. This is the move I wanted to do myself. If I was playing Black 94, no question about it. No, not even close. This is a move I would play. Queen 3 is basically the main preferred move. Why not? Well, not other moves. What's other moves? Oh, knight f2. You have to. Okay, this is one is like key point to highlight for the sake of the repertoire. So that's why Queen E3 is the main move to defend against knight takes C4. Right, defending against this one. Okay, so it's again dabbling between A6, F6, Queen F6, and B6. But let's give it time. Hello, Sophie. How you doing? You doing good? Good job. Amy, you had a good day? Hey, Sophie, this is your friend. It's our friend, David Carr. He gave me my very first super sticker. See, thank you. Thank you, David Carr. So be careful. Say thank you, David Carr. Thank you for the super sticker. You want to sit on my lap? All right, let's go. All right, all right. Back feet is the tough one. Back feet is a tough one. You can do it. Use your abs. Use your abs, Sophie. Use your abs. You can do it. Use your abs, like a marquee. Right, right. So you got it. You got it. You got it. Okay, you can do it. Let's do the legs. All right, got it. All right, good job. All right, alrighty. Say hello to the audience. It's my dog. It's my 30th birthday present to get myself a dog, and I got Sophie, and she actually chose me for the breeder. She's lovely, and she's happy, and she reminds me. She's my work buddy, so she reminds me to go outside and run with her, and yeah. So yep, Grumpy. I wanted to yeah, thank you. Yeah, that's Sophie. Yeah. David Carr says hi, Sophie. My friend says hi, Sophie. Bye. Oh, go to the crate because you're rambunctious. All right, let's go to that. All right, B6 is selecting B6. Why? B6 is ugly. Not human move. I'd never play B6 here, but why? Maybe later on they'll have a point for this one, but besides left, B6 is really a tragedy looking move. Maybe there's a point to that. Knight G3, trying to take E4. F6 is the preferred move. Digging out the way. And Knight H5 makes sense to me. Queen G6 makes sense to me as well. But Knight 4. Queen D6. Alright, Queen D6, all of this menagerie. Just Queen D6. Knight D3 makes sense to me, just looking at this E5 square. Oh, maybe B6. Oh, B6 is covering the square. So, all right. Just say covering C5 for a future blocking of a knight going to C5. So this is the point. Lila looked all the way ahead to see that knight d3 is actually not going to C5 anytime soon because we already did that 4 or 5 moves earlier. So F6 makes sense to block this, but the light squares are really, let's say, weak looking. Queen F4, just avoid the queen trade. Queen D7, right? Yep, Queen D7. H3 to do what? Okay, H3 makes sense to me a little bit. Maybe Queen G4, possibly. H5? Oh, H5 to saying that you can't go there. All right. H4. Okay, this is a locking, like fixing the pawns. Let's see. I need to go bathroom, so it says King B7 looks like this is the move. Looks at the move. All right, so this is the moves here. I need to go bathroom and let's have Leela think about the move, the best move that White does. So I'll be back, David, in the audience. I'm back. I am back. Alrighty, let's see what Leela says. It's looking at C3. This is possible. C3. Alright, C3. Alright, let's see what Leela's response to that is. Save it. 97 things. 97 like the better than A5. Is A5 too much to my vision, my opinion? 92. 92, Queen H2. Queen H2 doesn't make sense to me. 92 makes some sense. 92. Trying to contend with the E4 knight. 96, attacking the queen. Alright. This is the only move that's having black have some chances. It's to defend H4. That's why Queen H2 makes sense. To defend H4. Okay. This is why Queen H2 is now is proper, not before. Going to 5. Going to 5, attacking F2 more. I have 3. Alright. So it's like, why do this? I want to go back here. This is a mystery to me. A5, Queen G4. Let's give some time for Leela just to think about things. Think about things a little bit. Alrighty. But yeah, my whole, let's say, career is about chess teaching. I don't care about competing with chess anymore. I did it for more than a decade. So I don't care about that anymore. I do teaching for the chess center, I do teaching myself, and I'm teaching internationally. So I'm teaching somebody tomorrow. So tomorrow I'll be teaching somebody. Thursday I'll be teaching somebody. I had a first lesson with a guy named Alex Oyosevich. I don't know if you know him, but I did my first lesson. He wanted to know how to learn practical endgames, and I taught him practical endgames. And he's a 1600 player, and I taught him endgames that are practical, and he enjoyed it. So I'll do that. He wants more next Saturday, so I'll be doing that on this Saturday. So this coming Saturday, not this past one, but it'll be this continuation of more practical endgames and see how we think about things the proper way. So let's see what Leela says here. Leela says A5 for some reason. Maybe A5 is blocked before, but maybe it's like the before. B6 is a future sight of things. It says he wants to trade queens. Trade on the own terms. Okay, trade on the own terms. Ah, really? No, they can't do taken G4 because taken H4 is the thing. C2, right? C2 for some reason is waiting. C5, C5 or A4. Okay, depending between A5, A4 and C5. Let's get some time, Leela. Think about things like this one. So I would rather play moves like myself. I'd play A4, not C5. It looks like a drop of a pawn. Maybe not drop of the pawn because knight E4 is the block defend that one. So, but what do you think that you'd play in this position as black, David? If you're still here, C5 or A4? Black's better, but what's more proper to continue on with? My view is A4. All right, so let's go back to Leela and see what Leela says. Leela says basically the preferred move is Rook H8. What? not A, not B, but C. Ricochet. Oh, it's basically anticipating that we do the trades, and Ricochet is for more firepower to H4, even if the knight was still there somehow. Still there somehow. So we do Rookie 2, just wait. Just wait. 96? Huh. 1964. Again, just wait. Wait for we'll have to think about things to do. Alright. Alright. Let's get some time. Let's go to the stream says it's basically in half an hour until the episode's ending. Until next week. So today we did stream us Friday in the stream today, but I thought that we were gonna do Nicey 3 again, but apparently Nicey 3 is all covered, and except for the things I had to look for with my coach Eugene Perlstein. So we'll do a thorough look at it sometime in the future, maybe summer. So yeah, but there's a lot of other lines, different lines that are needed a review of Eugene. So he's a top-notch opening expert. So let's say his opinion is valuable for opening theory for myself. So 96 and A4 is like, let's get some time. This is the time. So it's like Leela is crushing the numbers and see what Leela determines the best course of action. All right, let's see. Okay. Yeah, you used to have Eugene as a coach. Yeah, yeah. So the one thing I do with Eugene, so basically I work with him and help him prepare for tournaments, and he helps me with opening theory. And basically we have relationships that I help him, he helps me. So I I help him prepare for tournaments, and he does really well. Tournaments like the opening theory we prepared together. For example, I helped him develop a theory, long long-winded theory about the Dragendorf. So basically, I tested the lines and how just have him like Dragendorf. You have to know, remember theories and lines, and basically had me, let's say, coach him about things to how to, let's say, strategies to remember a theory and things I could see that he can use for the games. And actually, he was able to use that and actually get first place, clear first place in some Massachusetts tournament. So, but he's trying to do that. I think he's gonna do something else this summer, and he messaged me that I, if you're available to help me with another tournament. So I'm basically his second in chess. So yeah, thank you. So you know how in World Championship matches like Magnus Carlsen, Nepo, whatever, they have seconds. I'm Eugene's second for tournament preparation, so at least I can help that sense. But in return, he helps me with my opening theory development. So I'm doing only for like selling the courses and also freebies, and he also helping me in that sense. So it's like a bartering. So let's see what Leela says. Leela says 96. 96 makes sense to go maybe C4. makes sense to me in that sense. So queen g4. All right, rook de1, doubling up. All right, knight f5. Okay, knight f5. The point was to reroute to f5. Knight. Ah, okay. F5 and defending e7 with well, there's two knights defending e7. Maybe a little bit redundant. So queen h2, avoid the queen trade. I don't know why the first place. Okay, all right. Queen rook c8 again. It's like schism a4 or rook c8. Let's get some time. Rook a4 rook c8. Let's see what's Lila's idea. Bright idea. Okay, let's see what Leela says. Leela says go. Rook c8. All right, maybe to go c5 and just opening up this alignment is important. So I'll just, for the sake of alignment, exclamation point. So that's me saying that because alignment is a key to a lot of cool tactics. Sometimes the king c1 doesn't make any sense. Why do people do that? Why would everybody do that? So it's like, okay, queen h3 is just waiting again, just waiting. C5, c5, rook h4, rook gh4. So, So let's leave us some time. It's both either rook knight takes h4 and then c5. Let's get like cool down, Leela. Let's get some time. Let's get some time for Leela. So. And as far as the time goes, like 25 minutes until we end of the episode. And if you guys get value, anybody, David Carr, anybody else, if you get value anywhere, and you can like the video here, the stream, and yeah, it's unfortunately helps me a lot to, let's say, continue going on to the rest of the year. So it's only the end of March, so yeah, we'll do this at the end of the year, and January 2026, I'll be giving everybody a freebie of this whole, let's say, deep dive, really deep dive, a year-long deep dive of the exchange version is black. So that'll be January 2026. So something a year in the making. Okay. Let's see what Leela says. Leela says to go c5, which is what at the point of rook c8 of all along. c5, d6, c5 is the only move. So let's say only move, only move. So the question is, why only move? So let's spark curiosity. Why not king b1? The reason why it's not king b1, they do c4. The c4 attacking the knight. They go knight c1, and then what happens? Maybe not f4. Oh, this thing is it a fork? Okay, so then they save the rook somewhere. Like, where to go with the rook to save? Rook d2. Oh, the queen takes there. Yeah, so this is like a really bad. So that's why king b1 is actually noted as a blunder. So, all right. So that's why the only move is taking c5 with the d pawn. We take the b pawn. All right. So good. All right. So b3. Let's take the other. Is there other moves? Say b3. The block c4 pushes c4 anyways. C4 anyways. Taking c4. All right. So only move. Yeah, because of unleashing the c file is not good. So rook to c4. Not d4. Maybe not g4, but rook b1 check. King c6. Oh, c6. Okay, c6. Rook e6 check. Rooks are coming in. King d7. Rook a6. Okay. Try to do this like a ladder mate things. Something like that. Rook hc8. Okay. Just doubling up in this one. Rook e7, king e8. Queen takes h g4. Just one here. This is okay. Rook knight fe1. Rook to c3 check. So yeah, this one the battle count is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they have 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like, all right, black is clearly better and up a pawn. All right, so even still, this is even if they do the best Leela moves, black is up a pawn clearly better. Good luck for the white player. All right, let's go back, way back. All right, so this is a queenside castle. Let's do kingside castles. So we'll talk about this one now. So kingside castles. All right, h6 makes sense. Is going to the lines we talked about. Knight e4, rather, right? Knight e4. Knight e4 is sticking with the tone of things. Knight e3. g5. Okay, g5. Even if queen f4, g5 is still a thing, right? Okay, c3. The block knight b4 things. h5. f5. Okay, let's get some time. Give me time for Leela to think about things. f5, h5. Let's see what happens. Okay. Alrighty. Some time. All right. Okay, let's go back to Leela says. Leela says f5. Okay, f5 has been played. Rook ae1. Okay, sounds good. h5. Okay, another moment we have to have Leela think, stew a little bit. Leela will determine the best course of action if we just give some time. Give some time. Now we have 17 minutes until the end of the episode. So 17 minutes. I'll probably continue this one next Saturday. So there's more lines, way more lines we have to finish up. This before line. So especially the 93 lines that I played against the GM that was totally crushing. Okay, let's see what Lula says. Lula says the go can be 8. Not inspiring at all. King b8. King b8 is like a 192. Okay. All right. Again, let's give some time. Give some time to Lula. Just wait. Okay. All right, let's do this Layla again. Layla says Queen G7. Okay, get out of the alignment of the rook. Makes sense to me. All right, so now we go. All right, Layla. Layla prefers to go where? Knight B3 makes sense. B4 makes sense. Let's see if they go all the way. Like B4 things is like natural things people do sometimes. H5. H5. A4. H4. A5. A6, okay. A6, B5. A6, really? A6, really? Okay, let's get some time. A6 is a committal move. It's committal. Okay. I think that some people try this way. Some people try this way, so. All right. 13 minutes until the end of the episode. A6, okay. H3. Okay, it's H3. So that's why I have some time for this one. What? Okay, so let's dead the ring. Which one to go? Let's give some time. So critical position. Okay. Let's see what Lula says. Lula says. Let's see. Lula says to go H3. H3. G3, right? G2 lines. G4? What about G3? G3 is more, let's say, more tame. A6 now. A6 is only move here. B5 though. Knight to C5. Okay. Knight to C5 takes an A6. An A6 and B6 rather? Oh, B6. Oh, okay. B6. Okay. Just put it into that. Rook E1. Knight D2. Knight D2. Queen D2. Knight B3. Oh, there's a fork. This is why Rook E1 is not a move. We go Knight F3 like the says go. Knight C4. Okay, cool. Knight E5. Trying to do a trade. Knight E2. Oh, Knight E2. Okay. Knight C6. F4 exclamation point. Yeah, excellent. Okay, that takes F1, but let's give some time for Leela to find the right approach here. Right approach. Let's see what happens. Okay, let's go back to the Leela line. Leela says to go knight takes f1. The knight c6 check. That was natural. Knight d6 check. The king goes to a8. Then knight takes d8. And knight fd2. Okay. Knight c6 back. And now we go queen f6. Queen f6 attacking the knight again. Knight e5 back. g4. g4 closing up the line. That's really. He wants to defend f3 extra times. Or d1, f3 check. That's all the points. So knight takes f3, g takes f3, b takes f3. What's the point here? What's the point here? Black is better, but we sacked a pawn, maybe for the line. Queen c6 to defend the pawn. Knight c1 to go to d3, e5. Rook e8, d3, right? Knight e3. The rook e3. Oh, rook e3. Queen f1. So it's like, why not this one? The variation, why is not this one? Looks natural, but it doesn't work because of queen a4. Oh, queen a4. Attacking the rook. Oh, okay. f2. f6. Queen takes h3. There's e3. f1. e5. Right. Black is decisively better. Okay, that's the end of this whole host of lines. So let's do queen f1 instead. Queen f1, still queen a4. Rook a1, queen c2, right? Oh, queen c2. Knight b4, things, okay. Jumping in the place they want to go. This one, queen h3. All right, take this one away. Rook e1, rook takes e1, queen c1, queen c1, all right, king g2. Oh, knight, queen e2, king g1, and then knight d2 or knight e3. Oh, knight e3. Oh, this is clearly winning check here. King there. Knight c6, king a6, queen a8 check, king b5. Queen a7, knight a7 check, king a4. Oh, it's interesting. So knight c6 check can be 3. Knight 5 king c2. Black is mating white. All right, that's good. So that's that line. Let's see what else. Okay. Okay. We did the castles, queen side to king side. The queen side we didn't do. Oh, we didn't do queen side castles. Okay. So this is where we had to do next week, maybe. So the time we have left, 4 minutes. We have 4 minutes to speed run this one. 4 minutes to speed run this one. So, okay, this one, rook d8. Rook d8 makes sense to me. Is there anything? There's probably not any lines. Novelty variation, like territory. That's why I like this bishop f4 lines. No games. It's like 960. h3. Bishop f5. Bishop f5. Okay, that's a good time. Bishop b5. Okay, bishop b5, knight e4. Knight to c4. Okay. Then we go bishop e4, knight g5. Attacking the bishop e6, knight f3. Just going back to where it was. To settle. Okay. I don't want to do the bishop e5 and bishop e4 things. It's like we got to do something besides the repetition. So rook e4, getting out of the pin. That makes sense. Make some progress. Rook h1, rook he8. Oh, f6. All right. Knight b4. Knight b4 is thing. Knight b4. Okay, technically 2. Oh, knight to c2. Wow, this one knight to c2. Hmm. King c2. If the king c2, rook e1 check. Rook to c1. Oh, this is a discover check. Oh, discover check. Huh. This is why it's deadly. So that's why they go rook to c4 first. So let's promote. Bishop to c4. Knight g5. Bishop g6 again. Oh, nice is f7, just to try to get distracting of the things. This one, queen c2. Okay. Okay, king b8, getting out of the alignment of the queen. King b8. It's like, okay, it's really. All right, we have to look at this line with Eugene. So this one. So it's like a. Okay, let's say. Relook. Say Eugene. Eugene. Relook. All right. Save it. So that's another one of the main lines. We'll see that we have to review with him. Okay, so now I can't join on Thursday. Oh, okay, no problem. Blade 4th. Yo, I'm sorry about that. But basically, you can tune in to the following Thursday. You can join if you're available for that Blade 4th. But today's stream will be coming to an end. We'll continue this Bishop of 4 journey. And yeah, thank you so much, David Carr, for the super sticker, and I really appreciate it, and that's really awesome. And for basically people that are watching, make sure you like the video, and if you want to join the simul with the Demania and Yosef asking questions and also playing you in the simul, go join on Thursday at noon Eastern New York time. So basically, we'll sign off here and have a good week, and I'll see you Thursday. Take care, guys. Thank you. Have a good day and a good week.